The confirmed total is up to nearly $150,000. And unfortunately, there are still plenty of people coming in our lives telling us that, oh, I just donated to them, or, oh, I didn't know they were scammers. So we really do need to get the word out, because there are plenty of people still being scammed by them. They are still receiving tons of money, and Amber still has the Cash App up in her profile.
So she's indicating that Jamie has passed. And I say that because there's actually a comment where she refers to him as possibly dead. Now, law enforcement was called in and did a welfare check, I believe, last night. And he is alive and well.
Guys, when I tell you that so much has happened, or like so much has now come to light since I last made the Jamie Whitfield, literal scammer lying about having cancer with his wife Amber. Yep, there's been some updates going on. There is a supposed investigation. There's people behind the scenes talking in lives, knowing what's going on. Jamie and Amber were literally caught driving around in a Jeep, which she then says no, it was just a rental. How do you have the money? Where has this money come from? Oh, wait, I know. It's because you told everyone that your husband only had, like, a day to live. So people were frantically donating. There's still people that I see in the comment sections literally saying, like, I donated my lunch money. Like, I don't have any money. I donated $3,000. I donated some money. Literally, it is insane. This is the video which Jamie Whitfield and his wife Amber Whitfield put out. I think it was around 2 weeks ago now.
On February the 15th, 2024, my wife got a call from my doctor, and the cancer is clogging the arteries going to my heart, and I have anywhere from today to tomorrow before my heart stops.
Now, suffice to say, he hasn't actually died. He has, in fact, people actually called a wellness check. I believe it was family and friends literally called a wellness check-in on him, and turns out he's absolutely fine. So there's that. There's a lot of shady antics now going on where Amber is like vehemently denying across quite a lot of her platforms that they are scammers, even though Jamie's literal family caught him out in a secret phone recording, trying to approach him and say, Jamie, you're not dying, prove to us, meet us with the paperwork. And he never did. He's never come up with the paperwork. He didn't have one day to live. Did he ever have cancer? Apparently not, because according to the reports which Amber actually put out, he had something the matter with heartburn. He had really bad heartburn, and that was the reason why he was in hospital, which is the only bit of evidence they can claim as to why he was in hospital to begin with.
He says is his, which it is because it's got his name, but not only does it say no future appointments, which someone in her comment section pointed out, but all of these dates right here are 2019 to 2021, and they're not even... This, in 2019, they seem to be a lot of them, but then they kind of spread out to like this yearly thing.
Just if you guys are completely unaware, the reasoning why we even know how we found out to begin with that he was lying was because their landlord, who actually lived with them, who was like letting a room out to them, basically started making TikToks and said they're liars. They are pathological liars. And apparently, according to people that actually know Amber, is also a pathological liar as well. So someone wrote, I know Amber personally. She is a pathological liar and delusional. I feel bad for anyone who believed this story. This creator, who has been kind of in cahoots with Jamie Whitfield's family. They've been on lives together. They've been talking. She kind of knows vaguely what's going on behind the scenes from what I gather. And I have to say this is kind of alleged because at the end of the day, we haven't seen any paperwork which says that this is the amount of money that's owed. But judging on what everyone is saying in comment sections, saying like I donated a lot of money, like I've seen countless people saying this kind of stuff now, and also the fact that she is kind of in cahoots with the family members and the people who are pressing charges. I kind of believe what she's saying. I've been following her a little bit, so I'll let her explain.
Hey guys, it's me again, here to give you your Jamie Whitfield update for the day. Not a ton to update on today, which could be good news, could be bad news. from what we've been told and what we understand, there is an active police investigation going on. So that could be why we're not hearing a whole lot from that end.
Just to quickly add in, I do believe that, you know, when there are police investigations or when police have then been asked to be involved, you know, the best approach would be, and what you're kind of told anyway, from my, you know, basic understanding, is that you shouldn't then be like, you know, actually bringing more evidence to social media when it's being dealt with by the police. So I do understand this, and I do think that in a very short space of time, a police report, like, we're actually going to find out what's going to be happening, because it's 100% illegal to be frauding people by telling people that, you know, you're dying of cancer and then getting money. That is fraud, and it is illegal.
The confirmed total is up to nearly $150,000. And unfortunately, there are still plenty of people coming in our lives telling us that, oh, I just donated to them, or, oh, I didn't know they were scammers. So we really do need to get the word out, because there are plenty of people still being scammed by them. They are still receiving tons of money, and Amber still has the Cash App up in her profile. They've been seen driving around a Jeep 2024. So a real nice car with your money. This needs to stop. Again, some other creators and I have tried to refund people who need it badly, but we're not made of money. We can only do so much. You guys need to file charges in his county, in your county, but it needs to be done. The more charges that are stacked up against him, the more trouble he's going to be in. Her too. Because speaking with people who know him the best, honestly, at this point, everyone really believes that he was in it for the fame, she was in it for the money. And you can see that in the videos of the lives that they did together. You know, every time that he kind of wanted to get off or was kind of, you know, embarrassed by the gifts they were getting, she was the one encouraging it. So she's moneybags behind all this. Not to mention, Jamie's not very smart, and he wouldn't have thought to do all of this by himself. Not making excuses for him, but just saying she is just as guilty as he is, if not more.
Yeah, and as time has gone on, I'm starting to see this even more. Even in the original video, okay, she was able to cry like that. Anyone who can put on that much of a front when you know that you are lying, okay, literally lying, anyone who can do that, pathological liar. You have issues. I'm sorry. You're either the best actor on this planet, you need to get signed up to Hollywood, or you have issues. Like, come on. We've seen this video. People were like, oh no, I believe it. It's because she looked so distressed. She looked genuine. That is strange. That is strange behavior. Anyone that can just turn it on like that, to that acting ability, pathological liar. Or you deserve to be doing, like, or you go, I don't know what you guys are doing. If you have, like, acting, if you can act like that, I don't know what you guys are doing. She should be acting. Do you know what I mean? She should be making her coin in the business. Not trying to scam people out of, like, $150,000. Like, the whole thing is silly. Anyway, so I then found this other creator who had actually managed to get some screenshots of Amber addressing the whole Jeep thing. And to make matters worse, she is hinting at the fact that he's actually unalive. Like, literally unalive. Look, I'll show you this little screenshot that I took of that video, and then I'll show you parts of that video. So she has been on Facebook stories, and then also I think this is TikTok, Instagram. I don't know. I haven't been looking at stories, but basically it says, like, Jamie on one side and then family on the other, or whatever's going on, and me and family on the other. And I'm going to show you this clip, because basically it turns out that family had actually phoned for a wellness check, which, I'm sorry, you kind of would do if Amber's over here telling, like, trying to be a bit coy in the fact that he's not alive anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like, you would, wouldn't you? If you're family and friends, you would be phoning in a wellness check. Like, is everything okay? Turns out he's absolutely fine. He's fine, guys. And there's Amber over here trying to be like, oh, is he on one side or the other? Like, it's so sick.
So here's some of the shit that I want to share with you. And this is just more documentation. It's not really vital. We all kind of know that that they're full of shit. This is Amber. She's just saying, you know, all these people are giving lives, all this bullshit about Jamie and his family. They know nothing about our lives. Well, you know what? They might. And she keeps accusing people of attacking their Christian faith and their devil's worship, workers, and they're working in overtime to make us look like liars and scammers. No, we really don't have to work that hard. And this is where she's talking about her family and God. See you soon. Jamie on one side and I'm on the next. So she's indicating that Jamie has passed. And I say that because there's actually a comment where she refers to him as possibly dead. Now, law enforcement was called in and did a welfare check, I believe, last night. And he is alive and well. If you know you're innocent and you've got proof, why are you hiding? And that's exactly what some of these people are asking. If you're not lying, go on the live, and just show us some proof, any kind of proof. And she said that won't even prove anything, just that he died, which is what everyone wants anyway. So there she's kind of indicating that he died. So people are like, did he die? And she refused to answer that. And right here, she's like, people are so worried about if my husband's alive or dead. Well, yeah, they were worried. You were talking about how you had 24 to 48 hours to live. And she says, I can't answer it, nor am I allowed to. Why not? Here's another one where she's talking about, I got no hate on TikTok. Yeah, I got nothing but love. Basically rubbing it in that people are still falling for their shit. And here it's like, my next set of content should be proving all the lies people told on me. And it's like, yeah, that would be great. If we're wrong, please show us the proof. That would be fucking great. That's all anybody wanted. This is where they did the welfare check, I think. We showed the police personally how much we made off of TikTok, and they laughed. Well, I'm glad that this is all a laughing matter. Now, if Jamie's cancer diagnosis was true, I wouldn't be laughing about a whole lot. We called 911, and 3 police officers showed up and nothing. And he was transported because he was losing oxygen and having a hard time breathing. But she's not allowed to post whether or not he's alive or dead. People were actually kind of like concerned because they're like, is he okay? So about the Jeep. A lot of people were posting that she did buy a Jeep. She had posted somewhere, and I can't find it. I saw it once, and I should have screenshot it and didn't. That it was a car she was test driving. And someone else posted that she was seen test driving a newer Jeep. So I was like, well, was she or was she? It doesn't really matter. She actually says that's not a Jeep. It was a rental. Okay. Cool. But that does not negate the fact that you are able to come on here and talk about that and defend that, but still have not shown proof of this cancer diagnosis. And everybody else is like, well, it's a rental. Where'd you get the money? Because neither of you guys work. You got it from donations.
Which is such a good point. Where have they got the money? This makes absolutely no sense. And also the fact is that their landlady basically turned around and said one of the reasons why she took Jamie in was because he was behind on so many months of rent. Like, they don't have money. Neither of them were. It's just so insane. And the fact is that the police literally turned up and he was absolutely fine. Look, I feel so bad for whoever has donated large amounts of money because it's not okay. I hope he gets what is coming to him. I hope we find that out because honestly, these kind of people make me feel physically ill. The fact that they can put on this much of a show, and the longer this goes on and the more I'm seeing of Amber retaliating and clapping back at people, makes me believe that she is just as bad as he is. Just as bad. She went along with it, and she is I feel like she kind of is like the driving force. Anyone who can put on that much of a fake show, just questionable side eye. I'm not buying what you're selling. I'm not picking up what you're putting down. I'm just not having it. Anyway, that is pretty much everything I've got to say on this situation. We're probably going to find out some more info. But yeah, if you're wondering where your money's gone, a Jeep, supposedly. Doesn't really make any sense considering you guys didn't have any money before. The whole thing is sick. Anyway, oh God, I hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. Take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I will catch up with you guys in the next video.